I'll be sharing with you an awesome story on how this founder went from 0 to 70K in MRR in just 3 years with their SaaS. So this article comes from Indie Hackers and it was written by James Fleischman. I'll leave a link in the description below to it. So the founder is Marie Martens and they began building Tally 3 years ago, and today she has over 150,000 users, bringing in over 70,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. In terms of what Tally does differently, by the way, Tally is a form builder, we'll take a look at it at the end of this video, is that they focus on differentiation in pricing and in UX. Unlike most others, they don't charge you based on how much you use their service. They let you create as many forms and collect as many responses as you want for free, with no hidden fees. They've also made the process of creating forms more enjoyable with a new and user-friendly interface. Instead of dragging and dropping elements, they've made it simple. You can add blocks easily with just a few clicks, much like you do in tools like Notion. So they emphasize this unique selling proposition in their marketing as they position themselves as the simplest way to create forms for free. If we take a look at their MRR graph here, we can see they've grown exponentially over the last 3 years. And just about every month, they've seen large increases in monthly revenue, so they haven't really slowed down. And that most likely has to do with their product-led growth, which we'll go into now. So Tally is a small bootstrapped company, so they don't have the marketing budgets to compete with big players in a very competitive market. So they focus on product-led growth, or PLG. This lets them use their own product as their biggest acquisition channel. In terms of what PLG, or product-led growth, is, it's a business strategy and growth model that relies on your product as the primary driver of acquisition and growth. Their free users carry a Made with Tally badge on their form, and because forms are viral by nature, they get more visibility for Tally through their free users. So this is their flywheel. So they're offering Tally for free, which lowers the barrier for people to try it out and creates positive word of mouth. Free users have a Made with Tally badge, which turns those users into their biggest promoters. And about 3% of their free users upgrade to Tally Pro, which is how they make money. So free customers are making their flywheel spin, and the faster it spins, the faster they can grow their monthly reoccurring revenue. So we can see their flywheel visually here. So because it's free, it's going to spin to no barriers, positive word of mouth, which means to more free users, which leads to people discovering Tally. And out of their free users, they're extracting 3% who upgrade to Pro. In terms of how they acquired their first 1,000 users, it started with their first 10, and that was with cold outreach. They sent DMs to people who they found on Product Hunt and who upvoted tools like Tally. From there, they reached 100 users with cold outreach, plus building in public and engaging in online conversations about form builders. To get to 1,000 users, they launched on Product Hunt, and it doubled their user base in just 1 day. In terms of other things they wish they tried, it would be creating customer stories and generating more SEO optimized content that highlights various use cases. In terms of how they found product market fit, they used Sean Ellis's findings, and he created a customer development survey to find out how disappointed people would be if they could no longer use the product. And he developed a benchmark of 40%. So the idea behind this magic number is that companies that struggle to grow almost always have less than 40% of users respond with very disappointed. So if it's over 40% who respond to that, that's an indicator that you have product market fit. The other two questions are somewhat disappointed and not disappointed at all. They also asked, how would you feel if you could no longer use Tally? What type of people do you think would most benefit from Tally? How can we improve Tally for you? What is the main benefit you receive from Tally? How did you discover Tally? And what would you use as an alternative if Tally was no longer available? As mentioned, Tally was also bootstrapped. So in terms of how they sustained themselves in the beginning, they went without salaries for almost 2 years, but both had saved up during their careers. Marie worked as a marketing manager in several companies for 10 years before, and Philippe, the other co-founder, sold his previous startup. This provided them with the financial runway they needed to survive in the early years. So in terms of what's the difference between running at 5K MRR and 70K MRR is the increased level of stress, because now they have over 150,000 users using their product. They've also implemented more systems and processes, but the nature of the challenges has shifted. Now they focus more on scaling and ensuring the reliability of the services, which has reduced their agility. In terms of growing pains, it was scaling customer support. As their user base grew, they had to figure out how to efficiently support a large number of free users. There's also an issue when dealing with scammers, and team growth was also an issue as they wanted to hire senior team members, but they were also committed to organic growth without external funding. And without that funding, it's hard to hire senior team members as they will probably be paid more. In terms of how the team is managed, they're now 5 in the past year, and they work fully remote and asynchronously. And they use Notion for documentation and Slack for communication. So lastly, let's take a look at Tally's website. It's the simplest way to create forms, so you can say goodbye to boring forms and meet Tally. As we went through, it's completely free and there is no sign-up required. And they give a lot of features away for free, as this powers their flywheel. You can get unlimited forms, submissions, and everything you need to create professional forms and surveys, as well as collect payments, file upload, email notifications, form logic, calculator, hidden fields, answering piping, and their pro plan is $29 a month, where you get to remove the branding and there are no commissions for incoming payments, and you can have a custom domain. So it's quite a few features here. I've used other form builders and they are quite expensive, and they are going to limit you based on the number of responses you collect. So they really pivoted. When everyone else was zigging, they zagged, and that gave them some differentiation. If you've gotten this far in the video, I'm sure you want to build your own SaaS or micro SaaS. There's a link in the description below where you can get sneaky micro SaaS ideas you can steal for free. All you have to do is enter in your email. So again, there's a link in the description below. I also have a course on how you can build your own micro SaaS so you can make money and generate passive income, even if you don't have a product idea or any experience. So it is meant for beginners, and there's a link in the description below for that as well. So this is going to conclude the video here. If you enjoyed it at all, I would love it so much if you smash that like and subscribe button below. If you have any questions, leave a comment. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.